Imagine this. You decide to go without sleep for just 1 week. Sounds impossible? That's because it practically is. But here's the terrifying part. A man named Randy Gardner actually did it back in 1964. He stayed awake for 264 hours straight. By day 5, he couldn't recognize his own face in the mirror. By day 7, his body was literally breaking down in real time. And the scariest thing? Scientists still don't fully understand what would happen if someone tried to go even longer. So what exactly happens to your body during those 7 days without sleep? Stay with me, because the answer is far more horrifying than you'd imagine. Alright, so you've decided to skip sleep for one night. How bad could it be? Well, here's the thing. Your body doesn't actually panic. Yet, in the first 24 hours, you'll feel tired, obviously. Your eyes might get a little gritty. Your reaction time slows down by about 10 to 15%, though you probably won't notice it. It's like driving on a familiar highway after a long day. You're functional, just not optimal. This is when most people reach for coffee. And that caffeine? It's not magic, it's deception. Caffeine blocks adenosine, a chemical that signals your brain that you're tired. So instead of actually waking you up, it just masks exhaustion. You're running on fumes while feeling moderately okay. Your concentration starts to slip. Reading becomes harder. You might zone out mid-conversation. Your memory? Already struggling. You can't recall that thing someone said 5 minutes ago. And here's what's wild. Most people think this is the worst it gets. They're wrong. Now we're entering dangerous territory. By the second day, without sleep, your body is sending out serious distress signals. First up, microsleeps. These are brief, involuntary moments where your brain literally shuts off for a second or two, sometimes up to 30 seconds. And here's what makes them terrifying. You don't realize they're happening. You might be driving, talking, or working, and suddenly, you've lost 20 seconds of consciousness. Your immune system is already weakened. After just 48 hours without sleep, your white blood cell count drops significantly. Your body becomes a fortress with holes in the walls, more vulnerable to infection. Your coordination is falling apart. Your fine motor skills, like typing or writing, become noticeably clumsy. Some studies show that at this point, you're about as impaired as someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.1%. That's legally drunk. But you're not drunk, you're just exhausted. Emotionally, you're becoming unstable. One moment you're fine, the next you're irritable over nothing. Your patience is gone. Small annoyances feel catastrophic. And the worst part? You can still feel that you're struggling, which makes it worse. 3 days, 72 hours. This is when things get genuinely terrifying. Welcome to hallucinations. By now, roughly 30 to 40% of sleep-deprived people report seeing, hearing, or feeling things that aren't there. These aren't just blurry visions. They're vivid, convincing, and absolutely real to your exhausted brain. In Randy Gardner's case, by day 3, he couldn't recognize simple shapes. His visual perception was literally breaking down. Some sleep deprivation patients have reported seeing insects crawling on their skin or watching objects morph and shift. Your emotional regulation is gone. You're not just irritable anymore. You're experiencing extreme mood swings. You might laugh uncontrollably one moment, then cry the next. Your paranoia is starting to creep in. You might feel like people are watching you, or that something bad is about to happen. And your judgment? Completely compromised. Your memory is shattered. You can't form new memories. You can barely recall what you did yesterday, or even this morning. Your brain is essentially offline in terms of learning and retention. It's like trying to save a file on a computer with a failing hard drive. The data just doesn't stick. And here's something most people don't know. Your reaction time has now increased by 50%. That means your brain takes twice as long to process information. Driving at this point isn't just dangerous, it's reckless. By the 4th day, you've entered uncharted territory for most people. This is where science gets murky, because most humans can't physically continue at this point. The body is rebelling. Your paranoia is intense. You're convinced things are happening around you that aren't. You might believe people are conspiring against you. You're suspicious of everything and everyone. Your sense of reality is fragmenting. Your organs are stressed. Your heart rate is elevated. Your blood pressure is rising. Your body temperature regulation is failing. You might sweat excessively or feel chills for no reason. Your cortisol levels, your stress hormone, are through the roof. By day 5, most sleep deprivation studies had to stop because the participants' bodies were shutting down. People became confused, had difficulty speaking, and their cognitive function was so impaired they couldn't even participate in tests anymore. But here's what science actually says about surviving without sleep. There's no confirmed case of someone dying purely from sleep deprivation. But researchers believe that if you could stay awake long enough, probably around 11 days, your body would essentially give up. Your immune system would collapse completely. Your organs would begin to fail. You'd likely experience a fatal seizure or complete organ shutdown. In other words, sleep deprivation is like a slow-motion car crash. Your body doesn't suddenly explode. It gradually falls apart until something critical fails. So after 7 days without sleep, you'd be hallucinating, paranoid, unable to form memories, and your body would be on the verge of catastrophic failure. Basically, sleep isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable biological necessity. Your body uses sleep to repair itself. Your brain uses it to process memories, clear out toxins, and reset your emotional state. Missing even one night messes with all of that. The tragic irony? We live in a culture that glorifies hustle and staying up late, when the single best thing you can do for your health, your brain, and your productivity is something you're already designed to do. So get your sleep. Your future self will thank you. And if you want to keep learning about the incredible and sometimes terrifying truths about your body and mind, hit that subscribe button right now. New mind-bending videos drop every single day here on the Factiverse. See you in the next one.